Hi, Erin the Quitter here. I'm here to tell you this story about Mark. I mentioned it earlier in a previous post. Mark is the engineer that traveled all over, and I'm going to read his email so that we can see what happened and why he ended up quitting his job. So he's titled his email, Why I Finally Quit, and it's from Mark. Hi, Erin. I've got a quitting story for you, one I never thought I'd tell. I'm a mechanical engineer, and for years, my whole job revolved around hopping on planes to Thailand, Vietnam, and China. I built production lines from scratch, launched new products, and practically lived out of a suitcase. 8 to 10 overseas trips a year, weeks at a time, sometimes entire months. Before kids, it was fine. After our first child was born, I still traveled, and my wife was on maternity leave, her mom was helping, and even though it was hard, we managed. But when our second baby arrived, I told my boss very clearly, no travel until he's a few months old. My wife was fresh out of a C-section. She couldn't even drive. I needed to help with daycare drop-offs and, keeping 2 kids under 2 alive. Sounds like he's a great dad and he cares about his wife. So let's see what happens. I thought that was a reasonable boundary. Apparently, management disagreed. The moment I walked back into the office after my son was born, they were already asking, so when are you getting back on a plane? Every time I pushed back, every time they ignored me. My boss was getting pressure from above, and instead of having my back, he caved. That's not really his place to do that. I mean, he wants you to do your job, but he still needs to involve you in that. Then I found out they had already scheduled a trip. Not proposed, not discussed, scheduled. Tickets bought. I was supposed to fly out before my wife even finished her maternity leave. That was it. I turned in my notice on the spot. No hesitation. I wasn't about to abandon my wife and 2 babies so the company could meet a deadline. My priorities had shifted, and apparently that was a problem for them. Here's the wild part. As I'm walking out of the building, like literally in the parking lot, I get a call from a guy I had done side work for before. Hey, I want you to come run our engineering department. Just like that. It felt like divine intervention. Now I'm home for bedtime, home for mornings, home for my family. I haven't had to get on a 14-hour flight since, and honestly, I love traveling, but nothing compares to not missing life at home. Signed, Mark. Well, there you go. So they didn't respect that he wanted to be there for his wife and that his family was taking the priority. They thought they could force him to travel overseas and be gone for weeks at a time. And he respected his wife enough to say, no, I need to be there for her. And they could have given him, it sounds like they could have given him a couple more months and he probably would have been fine with it, just jumping right back into it. But they didn't even give him long enough to breathe before they insisted. So I understand it, and it sounds like it worked out for the best, especially getting that phone call. It was the plan. It was definitely the plan. God always has a plan, and he checked off the boxes, and sounds like Mark ended up with the best possible ending. Don't forget to send me your stories to erinthequitter@gmail.com. I'll read them anonymously, no company names, no names. Those names that I have read recently are all fake names, so definitely not their real names. And anyways, I have really been enjoying all the support. I've been enjoying reading all these stories. It's really amazing how each individual has such a different experience and different things that drive them to leave a company. But overall, it seems to be about respect. We're just not getting the respect we deserve at the companies that we're working at. And if management would just respect us like humans that have lives and responsibilities, we probably wouldn't have these dramatic stories. So again, send me your emails and I'll read them out to everybody. Thank you.